Hello and welcome back to my TV channel, and I hope I find you all good whichever part of the world that you live in. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, please do so, and please hit that like button, and please keep posting those comments. Well, it finished Chelsea 3, Liverpool 1. What can you say? I did have my doubts about this game, and it turned out to be true. Chelsea, coming in on the back of 5 unbeaten Premier League matches, and also got their foot in the final, one foot anyway, in the final of the Europa Conference League after their 4-1 win against Djurgården in Sweden on Thursday night. So they're going to come in with confidence and high spirits. Enzo Maresca was able to name an unchanged side. Very rare for him this season, which means he's getting close to his selected and preferred 11. Plus, without injuries or suspensions, they'll be a settled side now, just at the right time of the season for them. And they're very strong in defence, midfield and attack. I thought Neto, Enzo and man of the match Cole Palmer had outstanding games. They really tormented Liverpool down the right flank, down the left flank and in the middle. So it didn't take long to realise the writing's on the wall. Neto got down the right from a smart pass from Cole Palmer, put the cross in, and Enzo had plenty of time to control the ball, pick his spot and put it past Alisson after 3 minutes. So then we knew what was going to happen. But Liverpool didn't panic, but they didn't really try and get back into the match. It took them a good 20 minutes or so before they actually started to play, get possession of the ball and move it around. But the home defence was very tight. They were pulling 11 men back as most sides do. And really it was very lucky that Chelsea didn't go ahead for a second time in the first half, but we managed to hold out until half time. But our performance was well below par. In the second half, yes, both sides stepped it up. Both sides were prodding and probing, trying to find openings. But, it took a wicked deflection off a very poor Van Dijk clearance that hit Gerald Kwanzaa to knock the ball over the line to make it 2-0. And suddenly Liverpool woke up. They brought on reinforcements from the bench, but they didn't really try or make an impact. And I have to say this, that Arne Slot, true to his word, made 6 changes for this game. But unfortunately, the replacements who have been sitting on the bench patiently all season didn't show up. I was very disappointed in Harvey Elliott. Never saw him in midfield. And Diego Jota, why he keeps starting him, I don't know. He's not a starter. He's an impact player off the bench. Tsimikas, he struggled all afternoon down the left-hand side. Curtis Jones, I thought, played reasonably well until the latter part of the match when he started to fade. And Endo is usually quite steady, but even he seemed to be out of touch. And what do we say about Gerald Kwanzaa? Well, Kwanzaa has always been a problem for me because I couldn't understand why Arne Slot substituted him after 45 minutes of the opening game of the season at Ipswich. The side weren't playing very well and I couldn't really pick out why he was the one that was chosen. But following on from his Carabao Cup final performance and his performance today at Stamford Bridge, I can now understand why. His defensive deficiencies are there to be seen. He really had a shocker today, and even going forward, he lost the ball far too easily and picked up a needless yellow card. And Caicedo, who had been offered a contract with Liverpool but he turned it down in favour of going to Chelsea, I thought he had an outstanding game as well in midfield. And to make matters worse for Kwanzaa, he was the one who tripped Caicedo, who managed to get to the ball before he did. I mean, it was a ball that went into our penalty box, and nobody wanted to attend to it. McAllister left it alone, and Kwanzaa tried to get to the ball, but in the end he tripped Casendo, and up popped Cole Palmer, who seems to be back to his best now at the right time for the Blues, especially when they're fighting hard for a Champions League position. And he coolly slotted home the penalty to make it 3-1 after 96 minutes. So overall, Chelsea were the better side, and straight up and honest and no frills punching above their weight, Chelsea deserved to win. They now go on 63 points with Newcastle and 1 point behind Manchester City as they fight for a possible 4th or 5th place to finish in the Champions League. But they've also got a chance with the Europa Conference League final. If they win that, then that might get them into Europe from a different door. But obviously Enzo Maresca must be really happy with the way his side's coming together now. They spent a lot of money on players, and they deservedly are up there fighting hard. For Liverpool, well look, I'm not going to pull any punches on this, and I'm not going to be soft and say, yes, we won the title last week, and we partied hard, and so we can forget about the last 4 games. No. When you play for Liverpool Football Club and you've got the Liverbird crest on your shirt, you're playing for pride and valour. And we're not going to do that. Last season we shipped 41 goals, and this season we're up to 35 after 35 games. So we're heading that way, and it's just not on. I believe that Liverpool need to regroup, and they've got to get these celebrations out of their system. The only time the players should be celebrating is at the end, the final game, when they're handed the trophy and they're given the Premier League medals. Then they can party hard and go off and enjoy the summer. But really, we've got to pull ourselves together, pull our socks up, show everybody why we are the best team in the league, and go out against Arsenal next weekend and show why we are real champions. Thank you for watching my video, and please look for my next one, which will be my pre-match video on the Arsenal game coming up next Sunday. And if you haven't subscribed, please do so, hit that like button, and please post the comments. So for now, have a great week, take care, and goodbye.